Hey everyone. Alright, so wait, hold on. I kinda don't like it that way. Is that better? Alright. It's kinda better. Is it? Alright. So first of all, I wanna say excuse me for my face. I know it looks terrible, but I'm trying to do like a skincare routine right now. So hopefully it'll get better as time goes on, but I'm sure that doesn't really matter. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to do like a ramble time, kind of like so I'm really into Survivor and I'm really into like social experiments. So one of the things I kind of like holding it with my right hand, sorry. So one of the things that I like to do is like um to be honest, like I like to think a lot. Like sometimes I kind of like cheat and I'm kind of like lying in bed all day just like thinking about random stuff. And I know that seems like how could you do that, like before when I was in high school, like I would never lie down on my bed in the middle of the day and I would only use it to sleep. But as I got older, like I started to get more tired and stuff. So I don't know. And there's some things I want to say first, like before we start. So I made a few practice videos earlier. Sorry, my mouth is kind of dry, but I'm having a beer right now, but I don't want to show it on camera. But I made a few videos earlier and they were fine, but like this is the kind of stuff that I really like doing is like sometimes I'm just kind of like bored out of my mind and I'm like compelled to like speak and like utter words, and I don't really talk to myself like a lot of other people. Like I know that's like the cool thing to do, but like I don't really talk to myself when I'm by myself because like I'm in like an only child, and I've just never heard of that notion like talking to yourself and stuff. And I don't really talk to my pets because I think that's kind of weird. I don't know why. I just don't really talk to them. Like, yeah, I speak to them like giving commands, but I don't have full on like hour long conversations with like my dog. I just don't know what to say to them. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I like doing. Kind of like it's like a confessional, like on Survivor, the producers kind of pull you away during the day a few times, and they just want to get your thoughts on like what's going on. And so this is the kind of stuff I like doing. Is just kind of like it's like a confessional. That's where I got the idea, or like a video diary. And like I noticed that older people back in the day, like I noticed they would like prop up a video camera and they would actually videotape themselves talking, which at first I thought was a little bit weird, but I guess it makes sense now knowing how popular like vlogging is on the cell phone camera. So yeah. And also, one other thing I wanted to say to get out of the way is I'm actually not used to speaking in English every day. I speak in Tagalog here every day to like everyone here, and it's become so natural to me that my natural English speaking voice sounds so weird and it sounds so off to me right now. So, if I sound a little bit weird or something, then that's probably why. But um, you can't take the boy out of the ghetto. I don't know. I don't know why I even said that, but like, yeah, I still know English. I didn't forget it, and like, I still think in English. So, yeah. And I'm starting to notice I make this weird face sometimes. I go like this. I go like. It's like weird. I make this weird face when I'm trying to like express words and stuff. All right, but anyway, I wrote down 3 topics. I wrote 1, video games, RPGs, 2, Survivor, and 3, social media, YouTube. So that's fine. But what I really want to talk about is just like, besides that, is like, I don't know, like, do you guys ever think about like group think or like group thought or like, I don't know what the word is, but I hear it a lot on Survivor when they're discussing the game, and it's pretty much like you have a group of people and then like they're all thinking the same thing about something, and it's kind of like the opposite of the pink elephant in the room where something is off, and it's kind of like this one thing is on like all the time and everyone's thinking about it, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. um I promise my face, it actually looks better now than it did before, so I'm trying out some stuff because like it's like cool for guys to like do skincare and stuff now, so I'm trying to do it. Um, anyway, so yeah, I think about weird, like psychological stuff like group thought sometimes, or it's kind of like herd mentality or something. Like, you're in a grocery and like you hear a bomb and everyone starts running towards the door or something. Everyone has the same kind of like reaction, and yeah. So I just kind of want to make up for what I did earlier with my 2 videos, because like I know if you watched it, which you probably didn't, but like I was like hating on white people and like America, and then I was like, man, why am I even talking about this? But I just wanted to get it out and like express my thoughts on that, because like it's been bothering me or like bugging me for like years. But to be honest, like if you know me, like I don't care about that stuff, and that was just me trying to like analyze something for the very first time. So yeah, I like don't care about race or like anything like that. Um, but yeah, and then there's another topic I really want to talk about just to get it off my chest, but I'm gonna wait a couple of years, just cause. And yeah, so basically an update on John's life is just like, so right now I'm in the Philippines. I'm still here. Every day is just going swimmingly. I kind of just do the same thing every day. It's just me by myself here right now. Like there are workers here and stuff, and like house staff, but I'm pretty much here by myself in the house. And I have my 2 dogs, and there's 3 puppies left, so I'm taking care of them. Like I think sometimes like when did I turn into such a dog lover? But I love my dog Carla so much, and then I just like I can't see myself kind of living life without at least one German Shepherd at home, just because I think they're so nice. Like, they're just nice dogs, and she's super sweet, and I just love her. And she's so cute. But yeah, and the other dog, Jeff, he's like a tool, he like kind of kills the rats and like snakes and stuff, so he's like really handy to have around and stuff. But Carla's more sweet, and I stumbled upon this one term online. It was like therapy animal, and then I was like, oh my god, I want a therapy animal. So she's kind of just there for me, kind of like emotionally or whatever, like, or like socially. She's just there, and she's like fun to pet. I can like look at her and stuff and be like, are you thinking about what I'm thinking? And like, just like make fun of her. But like, anyway, so yeah. And then, So, video games. Right now, I'm playing Atelier Ayesha. I just finished the first three games. It was Atelier Verona, Atelier Totori, and Atelier Maruru. I know it's Maruru, but I always say Maruru. But they were fun though. But like this one is like really a step, like three steps up from the first three games. It's like really fun and it's more like concise. Like there's a story and like it's not just random people just like talking and stuff. Like there's an actual story to it, and the alchemy is a bit more complicated to do, but I still can like figure it out and stuff. So it's like really fun. I'm just trying to finish it before Christmas because I have a lot going on Christmas, and then like usually I would get overwhelmed if I had a lot of stuff to do, but I'm trying to get into all this stuff like doing notebooks and like writing in my journal and like doing bullet journaling. And it's kind of cool. It's like I'm like fake pretending like I have an office job or something or whatever, you know. To be honest, I'm afraid to speak like I'm from the streets just because I'm so like ghetto thug, you know. Like I have this weird like survivor thinking process. Like I'm gonna speak like how I want others to perceive me, even though that's not really who I really am. You know, like I'm always like that. Um, so yeah, and then so I'm doing Atelier right now. I had the idea of just finishing all six games on PS3 and just buying a PS4 Pro. So that's the idea. That's the plan, man. And then my cousin is actually sending me a Switch OLED for Christmas. So that's another thing that I have on the stove. Like this another like thing in like the dynamics of my video games. Yeah. And I was thinking about picking up a few other PS3 games, but I figured like I can kind of live without them, and I just kind of want to move on since the PS3 is so old and like PS4 is like where you got to be right now. Like it's okay if you don't have a PS5 yet, but like if you don't have a PS4 now, it's kind of like how are you going to keep up? All right, so number 2 is Survivor. I just finished season 43 and it was like okay. It was okay, like to be honest, like I'm not as into Survivor as I used to be. Like I actually have to try to stop myself from rewatching the seasons over and over every day all day just cuz like I have to play video games, and like Survivor is the one other thing, my one other hobby that kind of gets in the way of getting game time in. Because I like to analyze the seasons and like my own analyses of just what's going on and like what this means and stuff. But usually it's just like I just kind of want to take like screen caps or like vid caps of certain scenes and be like, what does this mean? Like, why do they show this? Like, you know, I just kind of want to be that way. I don't want to talk too much about Survivor, just because, like, I get so serious. Look, my eyes, like, changed because I was like, Survivor. But, yeah, I was just thinking about what to watch for Christmas, because usually I watch Thailand every Christmas, but I was kind of thinking about watching South Pacific, but I decided on Pearl Islands, just because, like, I only have the first 26 seasons out of the 43 right now on DVD, and I watched like all of them except for Pearl Islands and Micronesia. But I decided on PI just because it's more like a classic season. It's kind of Christmassy. I don't know why. And then number 3 is just social media and YouTube. So I have been thinking about this for like the past year, and it's like I can't help but see people on social media platforms and stuff, and I'm like, John, that's so your bag, you know, like you love talking to people online, and like um, just everything like that. So it's like I've been so lazy, like to be honest, like I've just been so lazy. Um, I sleep a lot now. Like I look forward to sleeping, and like sometimes I take rests. Like I go out and I walk for like 4 hours, and then I just kind of like lie in bed for the rest of the night after dinner, and it's so horrible because like at first when I first got here, my first goal or like my primary like first priority was just like exercise, diet, and lose weight. But I noticed like changes, and it's become like okay now. Like I'm not as bothered by my weight anymore. So I've become lazier when it comes to losing weight. But like I just learned not to push myself too much. This is just speaking for myself, but I learned not to push too hard because I would rather walk like an hour or two every day, like for like years, than go at it hard like for a year and then be lazy, you know. And I'm kind of deciding like how I feel like clay, like I want to like mold my body into whatever I'm thinking of, and I kind of don't know what to go for. If I just want to be like normal, kind of like for an American, like oh you look thin, or do I want to go for like the gusto and like the jugular, and just be like super skinny, you know? I just don't know what to do. But yeah, so my exercising right now is like I've actually been keeping a calendar of I'm highlighting each day where I actually walk for an hour or whatever and do yoga and stretches, and I've been doing it for like 2 weeks now straight, which is like pretty good because usually there are a few days where I get lazy, like 1 or 2 days, and I stop doing it. But I've been doing it like every day. Keeping the calendar and like marking it off and like ticking off really helps just because it's so cool. Like different colors and stuff. No, but for real, it's really helpful. Um, and I don't know. I just kind of feel bad about what I said because like it's so unlike me. Like I think people would be like, "Oh, John's so cool. He wouldn't care if like we ignored him for a year and be like, ha ha ha, like jokes on you. You got pie in the face and you have to eat crow." And then, but to be honest, that was really bothering me for like years, and I just wanted to like think about it one night, write about it, and then like say it out loud and be like, because it's so weird for me to think like white people are like white in my head, and then like, but to actually verbalize it is like, it feels so good, you know, to just talk about it. Everyone knows I'm not racist. Um, but yeah, like to be honest, things now, like the things I see on YouTube and like everywhere, it's just like everyone's like insane or something. You know, like usually I feel so vanilla when it comes to like everything. Like I feel like I'm just a normal guy who just grew up in like Roman Catholic, you know, just like normal. Nothing weird ever happened to me growing up. I never did weird things. But like everyone online is like insane and stuff. Like the things people do, and like especially like in America, and the things that Americans are like capable of doing is just like weird to me, you know, because like I don't do anything, you know. This is my bed. All right, so that's pretty much it, but I kind of want to speak a little bit more. So see, don't I look a little bit like handsome, like up here, like my eyes right now? I'm fixing my eyebrows and stuff. Like here, it looks kind of bulldog right now, but that's like an okay angle, you know. But aside from physicalities, like I think my personality is popping. No, Like, I always rely on my personality because I never really think about myself as like physical or like physically. I never think about myself like that. So whenever I'm in like a group session, I'm just like, uh, I don't know. I just talk a lot and stuff. But oh my god, I thought I was balding for a second. I freaked out. Um, yeah, I just want to go online now because I feel like, oh, my eyes look really good right now. Look, it has that anime like twinkle. That's what I always go for. Oh my god, I want to talk about so much stuff, but like more important stuff like I don't know. I guess just getting used to doing this, which I know is like okay, but like getting used to talking on camera and like vlogging and stuff, like cuz I don't want to make fun of people, but like I notice people like okay, I don't want to say it cuz like I know you're supposed to do it. Like I just don't edit videos just cuz like I think about my time schedule all day and I'm like, that seems like it'll take like an hour just after you talked for like half an hour. And then, um, I don't know, like, I don't like editing things just because, like, I don't want people to think certain things about me personally. Like, I like leaving it unedited, you know? I don't like to, like, cut and, like, snip, you know? I think it's more like I know people are like, "Oh my god, I'm anonymous." And I think leaving things uncut is like very anonymous, you know. Cuz then people will be like thinking like, What does this mean?" Like, okay, so I have so many inside jokes I have with myself. Can you imagine? I've been living here for 5 years. Here's my dog. She's like walking around. So I've been living here for 5 years and I have not used a laptop until like a week ago because I bought a table for the other room and oh, my eyes look really good right now. I'm like, hey, crystals. No, like okay, so and I'm working on my teeth, I promise. I know everyone's like, aren't you scared people are gonna make fun of you? I'm like, yes. But like I'm working on my teeth right now. I'm trying to get them whiter. In high school I used baking soda, but some people here are like, don't use baking soda. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to like shop online or something for something good. But I kind of feel like just brushing your teeth every day, like all day, like 5 times a day, 6 times a day is gonna be good. And plus, I just quit drinking coffee, so that's like a game changer. I feel so much better. I actually do feel sleepy and like tired all day, but I always feel like that anyway. Like even at my prime, like in high school, I always felt tired and sleepy, and like everything made me feel bored. Like reading, watching people speak. Like, have you noticed TV and movies is just people speaking all the time? And that makes me bored. And like, even playing video games, like reading and stuff, because I actually do read it. You know, some people's like, I just like flashing lights and like euphoric. And then I'm like, alright, that's cool, bro. But like, that's cool, bro. Like, you know, I'm thug. But ew, my finger hyperextended. No, I'm just playing. I have normal fingers. No, um, people are always like, I know everyone thinks this about me. They're like, if you had a brother, you two would never like leave each other alone, or like you two would never leave the room. Just cause like John, like one John is so funny. Like I crack myself up all day. Like even saying like internet lingo in my head, like whenever I catch myself saying like Lamau or like LMAO in my head, I crack the fuck up all the time. And when I mean crack up, like I don't mean I'm like busting out laughing like by myself, but I'm just like cracking up in my own head, which is like the worst kind of cracking up because like you can get away with doing that in public. You know, like if you have a customer who's so like fugly, and in your head you're just like, oh my god, so fug. And then you're just cracking up, staring at them. Like, that's so mean, you know? Other than, like, because I'm so good at, like, making fun of people. But, like, I learned as an adult you can't do that. I didn't learn, but I just knew, you know, people would not take to that kindly. So, and I learned a lot from Survivor, you know. I want to make a separate video on Survivor cuz it's taught me so much about life and everything. And I know everyone, like when I say that, whenever I go, like I don't know everyone, like everyone who's like thinking about it, they're like, "Oh, but John, like the devil's advocate or whatever you call that person, the heckler, they're just like, oh, but John, it's just a TV show and reality TV is fake and they have writers and like busts and then like I'm just like, all right, dude, just like chill out, bruh. You know, just like you know, America's cool and like if you don't like our shit, just like get out. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. I'll probably stop it right here just because, like, it takes forever for it to upload. So, um, and I have to think of, like, a parting gift. So, like, it's just, like, I don't know, stay peace.